Hi and welcome to episode number 4. Today I wanted to create one of my favorite creatures, a carnivorous plant. I will be making a lot of this stuff on this channel because it combines three of my favorite themes, which are horror, monsters, and nature. And I love to place them on the windowsill next to my real house plants. I've planned it to be simple for you to recreate at home. I always use materials that are cheap and available in Poland. I found this tiny cup in the thrift store and it was love at first sight. But it's too small to drink from it, so I thought it would be the perfect plant pot. I brought a stone from my garden. It's a bit smaller than a cup because it will be wrapped in fabric, so it will become a little bigger. Any wire will be okay to make a flower skeleton with some magic. That's terrible, I know, but it worked. Gluing wire to the stone and beginning to create upper half of the head with aluminum foil. With small piece of wire, I am making a lower half of the head and filling it with foil. I am making a dent to give it the shape that I want. Now I am covering it with a thin layer of foam clay. It's perfect for projects like this because it's very light and doesn't crack that easily. I'm going to use magic again, I'm sorry. I am desperate to learn how to make it properly. Now I am making a tongue separately and placing it on some aluminum foil to shape it when it dries. Foam cleans catching glue very well, so I can glue it later and not worry that it will fall off. Time for some teeth. I will make them with oven baked clay. Trying to fit them without glue first, and I am not happy with the result. Teeth are too big, so I ended up cutting them in half. Before making lower gum and teeth, I'm gluing the tongue and painting inside of the mouth. It's easier to paint that way. making lower gums and teeth. Next part is covering the stem. I am using a strip of green fabric. If you don't have green fabric, you can easily paint it afterwards. I am using hot glue to wrap the stem. Now it's time for the leaves. This part is the most difficult, I think. It requires some skill in sewing, but if you don't have the skill, you can just glue two pieces together, placing a wire between them. I am gluing the edges because in small complicated projects like this the seam allowance is pretty narrow. Glue will prevent fabric from frying. And please let me know in the comments if the word frying is correct. I didn't hear it anywhere else, and I don't trust the Google Translate. Okay, next thing to do is sewing edges by folding them inwards. I know that the proper way to do this is sewing on the left side and then reverse it to the right side, but after years of sewing similar things, I know that this way is much easier for me. In the middle, I am making the tunnel for a wire. Second leaf is made by magic! After making 2 leaves that I've planned, I've decided that I want more, so I've made 2 more. With magic, of course. Now I will cover the stone in brown fabric to mimic the soil. I am just simply wrapping and marking around with chalk, then correcting this round shape and cutting it out. Then I am using a hot glue to attach fabric to the stone. But to be sure that fabric wouldn't fall off, I am sewing it around the stem. In the meantime, I figured that I was supposed to make a dandelion, but there is a pansy in my drawing, so I fixed this. Okay, now I am making dandelion petals out of foam clay. I don't need to use any glue because foam clay is sticking to itself just fine, even when one of them is already dry. Painting is a pretty boring process, nothing special here. Inside the mouth I am adding a layer of gloss varnish. For finish touch I want to add some blood. I am doing it for the first time, and I must say that the result is very satisfying. If you don't have a resin with the red dye, you can use some nail polish. And this is the final result. What do you think? Would you consider making one for yourself? Hope to see you next time.